My name is Larry Gibbs, and I have the honor of introducing my dear friend, Steve Stumpf. I've known and worked with Steve for well over 30 years. Steve is a loving husband and father, an outstanding businessman, a generous civic leader, a wise mentor, and a cherished friend. My respect and admiration for Steve grows with each year. Steve assumed leadership at JAA about the same time I began with Gibbs Construction. While we are on different aspects of the construction industry, our businesses are similar in many respects. On many occasions, I've asked Steve for information, advice, or just to use him as a sounding board. Steve has always been most generous with his time. Steve's wisdom, advice, and mentorship have played an invaluable role in my personal growth and my development as a businessman. Steve is the Chief Executive Officer at JAA Heavy Construction and the managing partner in numerous other ventures. Steve's business skills and leadership has resulted in prosperity and employment for literally hundreds of employees who support their families by working on Steve Stumpf Ventures. Steve is also an important leader in the construction industry in South Louisiana and has served as the president of the Southeast Louisiana-based Bayou chapter of the Associated Builders and Contractors. Steve has actively supported and promoted free enterprise and the merit shop movement in our area and nationally. Steve is a special individual who gives more than he receives. Steve and his wife, Donna, have supported numerous civic and charitable organizations, families, and individuals. Our city, our region, and countless individuals are better, more productive, more inspired simply because they were touched by the kindness, generosity, and wisdom of Steve Stumpf. Steve is a good man of noble character. Steve's integrity, vision, values, personal philosophy, and temperament have inspired many and formed the foundation on which he has built countless enduring business and personal relationships and numerous entrepreneurial enterprises. By words and actions, Steve epitomizes the vision and values of junior achievement. His biography would be an exemplary case study to extol the virtues of wisdom, hard work, integrity, kindness, and positive vision, while obliterating the inherently flawed notion that good guys finish last. Steve is a good guy who has brought great honor to his family, his friends, and also to the greater New Orleans area. I'm honored to be included in a very long list of people who respect, admire, and love Steve Stumpf. It is with great enthusiasm that I introduce Steve Stumpf as the 2012 laureate to the Junior Achievement Hall of Fame.
We have a lot of long-term employees, 10, 15 plus years. We've hired a lot of our management team right out of college. So to watch these individuals develop over time and become leaders in our business, leaders in their families, leaders in the community gives me a thrill. We just feel a responsibility to give back. I think a good example of something that we do is with Special Olympics in Hammond. We developed and put together what we call Olympic Town, which is a recreational area for the athletes when they're not competing. And we've got it set up just like a parish fair or something like that, where different game booths, and we give them little rewards, and just to see these kids, I say kids, some of them are in their 20s and 30s, but just to see them light up and the smiles on their faces, it's amazing. I guess I'd define success pretty simply in the term peace of mind. When you reach a point in life, you come to a realization that all people are going to have to deal with adversity. Nobody gets a free pass. And if you have a strong faith, a supportive family, good friends, and great employees, you basically have all the tools you need to deal with just about anything that comes at you. So I would have to say at this point in my life, I do have a certain peace and feel like that the Lord's been good to me. I would think, first of all, try and find something that you're passionate about. There's so many miserable people in this world today who are taking a job just for money, and they have no real passion about what they're doing. So I find the people that are passionate about what they do, they enjoy life, and they find a way to make it work. I tell you, I'm more optimistic about the city of New Orleans than I've been in 25 years. I can really see some significant change taking place. The business community is totally engaged. And after the storm, I think JAA is somebody that I got a lot of respect for, Greg Rusevich, Suzanne Medier, all three champions of the New Orleans Business Council. And that group of businessmen, I think, has made an impact on this city. I'm really excited about all these young entrepreneurs that just want to be here. You know, to watch that downtown area just come alive. And that's happened in my lifetime because it was like a war, that warehouse district I can remember was like a war zone way back when. So that's exciting. It's just something about it, this city has soul.